What does it really mean for an AI to think? Today, we're diving deep into how Claude thinks. Inside constitutional AI. Alignment at superhuman scale requires transparent, auditable principles, not black box human feedback. As AI surpasses human expertise, traditional RLHF fails because human evaluators can't reliably judge outputs beyond their comprehension. Claude's reasoning is built on constitutional AI, a written constitution that defines behavioral boundaries explicitly. This makes safety scalable, traceable, and verifiable, transforming alignment from opaque tuning into principled engineering. The result is a mind with internalized ethical reasoning. This is how Claude thinks. But here's where it gets interesting. The supervisory ceiling. RLHF doesn't scale. Model capability accelerates exponentially, but human feedback remains slow, subjective, and finite. As outputs surpass expert-level complexity, human evaluators become inconsistent and unreliable. The volume of responses overwhelms labeling pipelines. This structural gap widens with every generation, leaving advanced models ungoverned by the methods that built them. RLHF hits a hard ceiling just when AI needs oversight most. The bottleneck is fundamental. A new paradigm is required. So what's the real problem? Let's talk about the human bottleneck. Harmlessness training depends on millions of subjective human labels, each a single, unrepeatable judgment point, context dependent, and impossible to audit at scale. Annotators tire, drift, and disagree, especially as output complexity grows. This manual pipeline cannot keep pace with superhuman generation volumes. The very mechanism designed to ensure safety becomes a structural bottleneck, introducing fragility rather than robustness. Scalable alignment demands removing human labelers from the harmlessness loop. This raises a critical question: constitutional AI. Replace human harmlessness labels with principle-guided self-supervision. A written constitution, a curated set of ethical standards, legal frameworks, and safety policies becomes the teacher. In the supervised phase, the model critiques and revises its own harmful outputs using these principles. Then, reinforcement learning from AI feedback, RLAIF, replaces human preference data. A constitution-trained evaluator judges response pairs. The feedback loop is closed without a single human label. Now, let's zoom in on principle-driven pipeline. Constitutional AI operates as a three-stage principle-bound system. Phase 1, supervised self-correction. The model generates a harmful response, critiques it against the Constitution, and rewrites it. Phase 2, RLAIF, a constitution-aware evaluator, selects the more harmless response from a pair, generating training signals. Phase 3, live constitutional filter. At inference, every draft output is screened through the Constitution before delivery. All stages share the same principles. No human labels enter the harmlessness loop. Here's something most people overlook: the Constitution component. A curated, versioned, and modular set of global ethical standards, legal frameworks, and safety policies. Sources include the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, trust and safety guidelines, and non-Western ethical traditions. Each principle is explicit and traceable. Every behavioral constraint maps directly to a specific clause, no hidden reward shaping. This transforms alignment from an opaque black box into a governable, auditable system where the rules governing behavior are as inspectable as code. Think about this for a second. End-to-end constitutional architecture. Training and inference are bound by a single constitution layer. During RL, the same principles that evaluate response pairs also shape the reward function. At runtime, the Constitution gates the chain of thought reasoning, filtering, reframing, or blocking outputs in real time. This continuous application eliminates any gap between learning and acting. Claude safety isn't just a training artifact. It's an active, persistent guardrail embedded across the entire system stack. And this is where things get complex. Auditable alignment. Every revision, refusal, or reframing maps to a specific constitutional clause. Audit logs reveal precisely which principle triggered a modification. Alignment becomes measurable, reproducible, and governable, an engineering discipline, not a black box mystery. Inspectors can verify guardrails with precision. Safety shifts from trust-based hope to evidence-based assurance. Transparent, principled enforcement replaces opaque compliance. Every ethical decision leaves a traceable footprint. This is alignment you can audit, not just assume. But here's where it gets interesting: balancing the Trinity. Helpful, harmless, honest. These goals inevitably collide. The Constitution provides explicit priority rules for resolving trade-offs. When faced with a dangerous request, Claude reframes, offering an educational explanation while withholding harmful details. This avoids simple refusal and preserves utility. The priority scheme is transparent, not hidden in reward weights. Claude's behavior reflects a deliberate, auditable balance between competing objectives, maintaining safety and usefulness simultaneously. So what's the real problem? Let's talk about living governance. Alignment is never static. Dedicated red teams continuously probe for failure modes, attempting to elicit harmful outputs. Each identified weakness triggers a review. Was the constitutional principle clear enough? If not, the Constitution is amended, clauses added or clarified. The document versions like software V1, V2, V3. With each iteration, Claude's behavior sharpens and the safety boundary tightens. Adversarial testing drives continuous, structured improvement, making the Constitution a living, evolving safeguard. This raises a critical question: scaling to superintelligence. When models surpass human cognitive limits, direct oversight becomes impossible. No human can evaluate a superintelligent system's every action. Only explicit, principle-based self-supervision can govern at that scale. Constitutional AI is the only alignment framework that projects forward, enabling us to define rules today that will constrain systems we can no longer judge ourselves. The Constitution becomes the enduring interface between human values and machine capability. Now, let's zoom in on building trustworthy intelligence. Societal trust demands transparency. Constitutional AI delivers auditable, governable, principled alignment. Claude's mind is built on explicit rules, not hidden preferences. This architecture serves as the blueprint for all advanced AI that must earn confidence through verifiable behavior. Safety and capability scale together under a common, readable framework. Trust arises from inspectability. The future of alignment is transparent, not opaque compliance, but principled design.